Hello everyone and welcome back to another Optc video. We're back for the Momonosuke legend, which is the last of the Sugo-Fest exclusives. This character came completely left field. I'm not sure if he's an anniversary exclusive legend or just a regular Sugo-Fest character. Either way, I really hope this character doesn't count as all these characters you see on screen, because if he does, then that's a huge setback. You can't use any Momo characters. You can't use Yamato, Otama, or any of the Ashura 9, but I think it might just count as Momo himself. Or they might do the same thing that they did for Straw Hat Crew, in which it counts all of them. Which is a huge setback, but not the end of the world, but it really would suck. His captain ability is centered around strength, slasher, and free spirit characters, and it gives him 2 turns of cooldown, up to a 5.75x captain if there are 6 slasher units on the crew. If you don't have any besides Momo himself, then it's a 5x still, which is still strong. And you also get 0.3 added to the minimum chain multiplier, which is very similar to the 6+ Sai Yamato legend. So with vanilla chain, it goes up to 2.8x instead of 2.5x, as it would be normally. If you're running double Momo, it does stack up to a 3.1x vanilla chain. And he also makes recovery and tandem matching. Unfortunately, no HP boost here. And also, if you do get burned from the enemy, then you also the burn effect gets converted into a 2.75x attack boost for strength, slasher, and free spirit for 2 turns. So that would last for a enemy revive. And it also it's regardless of how many turns it is. So if the enemy inflicts you with a 99 turn burn, it will still get converted into the 2-turn attack boost. Okay. So his special is going to be reducing your crew specials by 1 turn, the spare and a bunch of heal debuffs by 6 turns, which is sometimes actually required for you to survive. So I mean, I don't really care about that, but I mean, it's still there. Sometimes it might be needed. He also changes adjacent orbs, including block to 1L, and if your captain is free spirit or slasher, then you get a 1.5x chain multiplicative buff for 1 turn. That's a very strong chain multiplicative buff. And if crew lands 2 perfects in this turn, you get a 1.5x again in the next turn. So this works over multiple stages. And if your crew has damage reduction, defense up, or threshold status with 4 more turns remaining, that's a lot of turns you need. Not a lot of characters give you that. I mean, it's quite rare to actually have a defensive effect on the crew. And for that to be 4 more turns is quite the requirement. But what it will do is it's going to give you a chain multiplier growth rate boost of up to 0.7. So perfect strikes 0.7, add 0.7 to the chain. Great hit add 0.5, and goods hit add 0.3. So basically, goods are as good as perfects would normally be, and perfects are really strong. For 3 turns, that means that you can get both of these chain buffs over multiple stages, which is awesome. If you don't have if you don't meet the requirement for the defensive effects, you still get a 0.6 chain multiplier growth rate, but it's only 2 turns. So it's still really strong, but just not as great. Still usable, even if you don't have it. And honestly, this Momo is kind of okay in my opinion. It's not that great. It's like the utility is kind of underwhelming. I mean, despair is very easy to reduce, and no one really cares about the healing debuffs. The matching orbs, I mean, could have been a full board of matching orbs. I guess it's cool if you need a tandem orb for super tandem, but otherwise, I mean, And then you need such a huge requirement, and if you don't meet that, then the whole point of it being carrying over very rare chain buffs over multiple stages, that kind of just goes away, and this unit doesn't have much left remaining. He still gives a turn of cooldown, which is kind of cool. Gets around rewind, I guess, but not in competition with any of the other 2 legends, the versus Kaido, Luffy, and Yamato. They are way better than this character, in my opinion. But I think his captain ability will see a lot of play, even if his special may not. So overall, I think this character is great for his captain, but his special not so much. Still usable and still good, just not great in my opinion. So what else does he have? He has super type, which is procced by having... Okay, so yeah, definitely he only counts as Yamato. I mean, he only counts as Momonosuke because his super type and super tandem requires 2 of the following characters, which includes all of the Ashura 9, all of the Strawites, as well as some other characters like Otama. So overall, that's very easy to fulfill. That I don't even need to explain it. And then he gives himself a tandem orb, which goes well with the super tandem, of course. He reduces enemy damage nullification by 2 turns, and you get a 3-turn base attack boost for his relevant types and classes. And of course, we get strength type super type, which is always nice to see. His super tandem is going to give you a obviously a super tandem attack boost, as well as a buffing your base attack boost by 0.500. So first off, his super type, that is a fairly strong effect. I mean, damage null is always nice to remove. It's one of the most rare debuffs or rare enemy buffs to remove. It's quite difficult to handle sometimes. So this is a great alternative to the Akazaya 9 Samurai unit. This guy will basically just be a replacement for them, in my opinion. He's just a bit better than them, in my opinion. He also gives a multiple stage base attack boost and buffs it with his super tandem. So he does give a lot, but it still feels a bit underwhelming. He just doesn't do much. He could have given the entire crew a tandem orb through block. That would have been pretty cool. But I can see why they only give us some one orbs from his special, because he needs to give himself a tandem orb for his own super tandem. So he's a good character, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not really excited for this unit. If I do get him, I probably will get him. He's probably going to be the only one I get, because I don't like him really much. I mean, I like him still. He's a 2-turn cooldown character and a turn of cooldown from his special, and I always love speedrunning captains. And the burn conversion is also really cool and can be used efficiently sometimes, but just nothing too flashy. His crewmates are based on, if you have territory, you get a turn of rewind reduction and also 2 turns for himself, so that's kind of cool. Just not very common that situation would happen though. And then if your captain's free spot or slash, you get a full board of 1 orbs at the start of the quest. Okay, that's really good. That's awesome. Very similar to Hiyori, the Dex legend. And if you hit a perfect with Momo himself, he carries over his 1 orb. Always nice to see that. Decent crewmates, very usable. No, not decent. This is really good. Very solid. His support effect attaching to the Akazaya 9, Yamato, and Toki, as well as Otama, is going to give cut your cruise HP by 50% and give you adjacent orbs into Wano, and buffing base attack boost by plus 250, and it activates when you use the special. There's no requirement that it has to be maybe like an orb boost special. It's just upon activation. That's strong. That's really good. That is amazing. This is definitely going to see play. 1 orbs. HP cut is sometimes really required and means you don't have to run a ship like the whale sharks, or not whale sharks, but the Moby Dick to reduce HP. So that's really awesome. Multiple effects here that are great from a support effect. So that's basically it for his regular abilities. Very strong character, but I definitely think he's the worst of the new batch. But let's take a look at his rumble stuff. So he's obviously going to be a strength centered unit. His special at max 10 turn is 32 cooldown, and it's going to target enemies or teammates within large range for a attack up of level 6 for 20 seconds. You get or when you have 6 or more strength characters on the team, so you only need 6 out of 8, meaning you have some leeway for the rumble rare recruits. If you may be running a non-strength rumble rare recruit, then you will be fine. It will reduce all enemies HP by 35%. So if you are ever using version 1 Whitebeard, then this guy will be a great alternative. And then if you have 6 or more free spirits on the team, you get a 4x his attack in damage to 3 enemies. Doesn't go through defense, but that is still really strong. So that alone is going to deal so much damage. He buffs himself, cuts the enemy's HP, all of them, not within a large range, just every single enemy, and then also deals a lot of damage. Now you do need 6 or more free spirits, which is a huge requirement, and a lot of strength teams do not have 6 free spirit units. So I mean, most scenarios you only get the attack up and then either one of these, so either HP reduction or the damage. So not the best character, especially considering his CT, but if you can find a great way to get a strength free spirit team, which might become meta in the future, then he's definitely a great option, because that's a lot of damage you can get from him. He's also gonna give you strength type free spirit, so either strength characters or free spirit characters, they get HP up level 5, speed up level 5, and strength type teammates defense up level 3, free spirit class teammates defense up level 3 as well. So if you are running someone who is both strength and free spirits, then they get a defense up of level 6, HP up level 5, and speed up level 5. So not the best, but not also the worst. Definitely not going to be seeing a lot of play in my opinion. If strength free spirit becomes a thing, then he definitely will see play though. But nothing that is blowing me out of the water. Very high CT, as I said before. But that's about it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about this unit or have any opinions, of course, leave them down below. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more content like this in the future. Hopefully I can pull one of these characters, and if I do, can it please not be this Momo, but if it is him, then at least it's better than nothing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to farm up the Chopper Man Master Mission so you can get gems for the Sugo-Fest. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.